Welcome, Rotarians and guests, and my very excited Red Badge class and sponsors. Welcome to, oh my goodness, meeting four. I'm gonna have to simmer down a bit over there. So bring it down to a dull roar. Thank you so much. Welcome to meeting 5,481 of the Rotary Club of San Jose. Thank you so much to today's greeting line, which is the Red Badge Committee. Fantastic. And then, whoops, sorry, not yet. Spoiler alert. All right, may I have my, let's see, I've got Mary Peterson and Ginger Pajeska with the Red Badgers. Where are you guys? With our traveling microphones.
Right
okay,
here.
Great. Just give me your name, who your host is, your sponsor, and a fun fact.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Peterson. My sponsor is my dad, Dave Peterson. You want a fun fact? No.
Could be obscure.
I was told to come up with one already. I can do a handstand on a paddleboard.
Yes, that's a great fun fact. Life goals. Alrighty, and then, do we have Ginger out there with the red badge?
I am, right here.
Oh, hi, Ginger.
Hi, Ginger Pajeska. My sponsor is Sarju. A fun fact about me, I decided to move to California on a Sunday, and 45 days later, I was here. My house was sold, and it was a wild ride, and here I am.
Welcome, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for picking California, the Golden State. Even more golden with you in it. Okay, guys, we're gonna skip guest introductions today because we have a special thing we're doing, and we're gonna try to introduce over 30 new Red Badgers in 21 minutes. I know. And we have so many Red Badgers this year. This isn't even the full list. We're gonna have to do this again in a couple weeks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our sponsors come up with their Red Badgers and introduce them. And the Red Badger themselves will give us a brief fun fact. We're gonna start out, we're gonna try me and Yuen first. Come on up. Woo! All righty. That one?
Yep.
Oh, this is my Red Badge. This is Yuen Nguyen. She's the owner of the Fountainhead.
Hi, my name is Uyen. I'm a humanitarian and entrepreneur, and I joined Rotary because I want to be effective at everything.
Thank you so much. All right, come up there. Next up, I'm so pleased to announce this one, Julie Stover. We've been friends for over 25 years, and you're now in Rotary. Come on up.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Julie Stover, and I've known Heather for a long time. She is the reason that we are a part of this now. And a little fun fact about me, I own Art House Studio, and so we were on 25 years. I think I might have said that before, but proud to be this. Co-sponsor is Rod Dearden.
Fantastic. Great. All righty. Thank you. Just come on up here. I think we just, we're working out. I think you just meander across the stage. We'll get a photo later. Thank you so much. Wait. And Gloria too? Oh, wait, Rod, wait, I'm sorry, I messed you up. Rod Dearden, your president is she's out of control. She doesn't know what she's doing. Rod, you're going to need to stand up here for like a half an hour because we're introducing all your Red Badgers. Let's go with the beautiful, wonderful Gloria Duffy.
You notice that I follow instructions whenever a woman says, go do something. Okay, this is Dr. Gloria Duffy. She is the the president of the Commonwealth Club of California and past assistant undersecretary of defense. And she is also a good roommate.
Let's give her a chance.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Happy to be here. I think you have fun facts, and most of you know me. Here to support Rod and also be helpful to this group in any way that I can. Thank you.
Thank you. You did a much better job than I did. Okay, next up with Rod is Kimberly Mulcahy.
Kimberly Mulcahy is from now an historic family in this valley, and she has the burden, the opportunity of being married to a new council member. I said burden, and she is also a lead on projects for what's her name? Diane Brandenburg. How can you forget that? For art programs.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Mulcahy, and I have lived in San Jose for almost 33 years now. And we raised our 3 daughters here. It's an amazing community, and why I'm super excited about being a part of Rotary is I'm a huge cheerleader of San Jose, especially the downtown. And I feel like I walk in this room, and everybody else here is as supportive of San Jose, and we're all working really hard to make it better. So very exciting.
Thank you, Kimberly. All right, Sarju, come on up. You've got 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a lot of new members to introduce. Take it away, my friend.
Thank you. So first up, please join me in welcoming Sean Rao.
Thank you, Sergio. I have been in the San Jose area for about 23 years, and I'm happy to be a part of this group and help the community where I can.
All right. Next up here is my my good old friend Ed Solis.
Thank you, Sergio. Ed Solis, recent retiree from the city of San Jose, and I joined Rotary because I really love being involved in this community, especially downtown, and all the wonderful communities and the people of San Jose. So it's good to be here.
Thank you. So Sean and Ed are old friends, and Ginger is a new friend. So please join me in welcoming Ginger Pajeska, who I met through one of our downtown Rotary happy hours back over the holidays.
Thank you, Sarju. Ginger here. I'm with Wealth Management. Fun fact about me, I can tell the make of a car by its tail lights. I learned that from my grandpa when I was little. And the reason I joined Rotary is I've been in San Jose almost 2 years now, and I love the downtown area. And I've always loved Rotary, and I've been a part of Rotary for years. So here we are to San Jose.
Thank you. And now I'm covering for a couple sponsors who can't be here today. So on behalf of Mary Curtis, I want to introduce you all to Amelia Capsuto.
Hi, Amelia Capsuto with Home First. Fun fact about me is I've been in the room with the King and Queen of Sweden, working on their royal visit when I was in my 20s. And I joined Rotary to be a part of something bigger, and by the looks of our Red Badge committee, it's happened.
Thank you. Okay, now on behalf of Nicole Leckler, I'd like to introduce you to Brooke Gadassi.
Hi, Brooke Gadassi. I joined Rotary. I'm relatively new to San Jose, and I wanted to get to know more people and have a sense of community. And my fun fact is that I can drive a tractor. I don't mean like a gator, like a golf cart tractor. I mean like a combine tractor.
John Deere Caterpillar. I asked her John Deere or Caterpillar. She said Caterpillar. Oh, I'm sorry, John Deere. I'm an idiot. Of course, Caterpillar. Who needs them? All righty.
All right, and lastly for me, on behalf of Kirk Wolakevitz, I'd like to introduce you all to James Leventhal.
Cheers. Hi, my name is James Leventhal. Thanks. I run the ICA San Jose over on South First. I'm going to dump this fun fact and say my fun fact is that I've known Jay Alexander maybe for almost like 15 years or so. It's really nice to be here. Thank you all so much.
Pandering is always welcome. All right, next up, we've got Dave Cohen and Leslie Gardino to introduce their Rat Badger.
All right, our next Raz Badger is such a handful, it takes 2 sponsors. I consider him the Renaissance man of City Hall, Lam Nguyen.
And fun fact about Lam, he might share something else, but he is learning flamenco guitar. Not to be confused with flamenco dancing, I'm understood.
That might be coming too. For me, the weird fact for everybody is that I was O.J. Simpson's playing partner in a golf tournament in Vegas, and I can definitely confirm that he did it. And I'm here in this room with... spend 4 hours with a guy, you learn some things. And I'm here in the city of San Jose, here at Rotary, because my goal in life now is to serve my community, and I figure with the room full of experience that we have here, what better place to learn how to do that properly.
So great. Thank you. Pam Foley and Chappie Jones coming up with your Red Badger. I'm guessing that golf tournament wasn't in Vegas because that stuff didn't stay in Vegas.
So I'm proud to be a co-sponsor with Pam Foley for Dev Davis. Dev and Pam, cover your ears, and David, cover your ears, because I'm going to say that Dev was one of my favorite colleagues on the city council. And it was just a joy and pleasure to serve with her. She's currently a vice president at Canyon Snow.
Thank you, Chappie. It was only because we both love economics and we're nerds that way. I joined Rotary because I was at risk of fading into obscurity when I termed out of office, so I thought I should join the Downtown Rotary and be part of something for our community again.
Thank you. Fantastic. Any comments? You good?
No, she's good.
Okay, all right. Now we have Pam Foley with her second Red Badger of the Year. Let's take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to introduce you to Scott Hughes. He happens to be my chief of staff, but don't hold that against him.
Hi, Scott Hughes. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Vice Mayor Pam Foley. I'd also like to thank Tim Gill and Steve Ellenberg for being our Red Badge committee chairs. The thing I am looking forward to most being in Rotary is actually the barbecue. So hope to see everybody there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up, Catherine Tompkinson and Johnny Camus with your Red Badger.
So I am offended, Chappie. I want to introduce a good friend and the best chiropractor in District 9, Dr. Howie Chang.
Do you want to see something? No, okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Howie Wowie, if you like me, or Dr. Howie Owie, if you don't like me. Honestly, just stoked to be here. I think, especially as a young entrepreneur, where I'm constantly taking from the community. I just want to be in a place where I can give back to the community. So super stoked to be here. Nice to meet everybody.
Fantastic, Howie. Thank you. All right, next we've got Catherine Thompson with one of hers, and ready, take it away.
It's my honor to introduce new Rotarian, Colonel Ray Watts.
Good afternoon, everyone. Colonel Ray Watts, retired U.S. Army. And Catherine, thank you for this, your sponsorship and the leadership here. 2 fun facts. For those of you who remember the movie Stripe with Bill Murray, I was in basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky when they filmed that, and I was in the background. So
that's awesome.
Got a whopping $35 for that. My mom says, oh my goodness. And then while deployed in Iraq, I got a chance to hang out with Katie Couric and 2 Secretary of Defense to make sure they got to where they needed to be safely. Why I joined Rotary. I am all things veteran. So red, white, and blue, anything having to do with our veterans and how we can make their lives better is a priority 1 for me. So those of you who know me, that's it. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, Bonnie Bamberg. And I think you've got, and Kathy Wiley with you too.
No, she's right here.
Okay, great.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Joan Escobar, an amazing woman, an amazing mother, an amazing entrepreneur to her core, and the founder owner of JP Graphics, one of our sponsors for the gala, and Idle Time Wines, using her Heritage Family Vineyards for the wine. And she also has a law degree from Santa Clara, so go Broncos.
Thank you. I truly love Rotary, and I can't be happier to be the wing woman for Bonnie. She parties, and there's nothing more I love to do than give wine and printing to any good party, so thank you for having me.
Thank you, Joan. All right, we've got, this is such a great list, Sean O'Kane and Jason Stein.
Hi, Sean O'Kane, classification, video and voice work, and along with Jason, we're very proud to introduce Paula Ball. I first met Paula years ago at, we were part of a ad hoc marketing group for a startup nonprofit which became Cancer Care Point, where she volunteered for 15 years at all their events.
Hi, everybody.
I joined Rotary because I really enjoy being with all of you, and I'm anxious to, I always like to give back to the community. And one last note, every time, you'll all remember, not all of you, but most of you will remember Ray Silva. Well, every time I would see Ray at a Rotary event, he would say, Paula, you need to join Rotary. So, Ray, this is for you.
Oh. All righty. Next up, Linda Kane Neufeld and David Neal. And don't forget, Paula Ball is going to be leading line dancing at our barbecue.
Hi, thank you. I'm Linda, and with David, we are proud to introduce our new member, Way, to our committee, to our club. And a little fun fact, she lives in Sunnyvale with her husband, Jack, and run a business, Callaway Foods. And where's Carl? Carl, she was an exchange student in Switzerland. Huh, do you see the connection?
Go ahead and pass it over. Thank you so much, my dear sponsors, Linda and David. It's really my honor to be part of the San Jose Rotary community. I feel really grateful, and being involved with San Jose Rotary is feeling like a meditation for my mind, heart, and soul. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we've got Blake Ward and his Red Badger.
Hi everyone, Blake Ward here. I'd like to introduce to you a great friend and colleague at the agency real estate group in Silicon Valley, Erin Delacroix.
Hi everyone. Okay, fun facts about me. I don't know if it's up here. It's okay if it's not.
It's back up.
Oh, it is back up. Okay, so Prince cover band. I've been on the morning show. I've performed in Top 40 concert. One of my best friends who's in the middle, I've circled her. She's actually, if you've ever heard of a Netflix series called 13 Reasons Why, she's the real Hannah Baker, and she's actually not dead. So that's a good feel-good story. The reason why I joined Rotary is because I'm very mission forward. I love people. I find passion and joy in helping change lives for the betterment of humanity. And so I'm very grateful for Blake introducing me to this beautiful family who I've been getting to know over the last year. So thank you.
Thank you, Erin. Next up, Jeff Hare.
Thank you, President Heather. And by the way, Marie and staff, thanks for organizing this. This has been awesome. Really, good job. So, a couple of years ago, my wife and I went to an opening game, and by luck of the draw, ended up sitting behind Ben Taylor's mother. So I asked her, what led you to know early on in Ben's life that he would be having a leadership position, then general manager of the San Jose Giants and now president of the San Jose Giants? She thought for a minute, and she said, well, he was in this thing called ELC at Lee High School. So that's a fun fact. I'm really honored to introduce the president of the San Jose Giants, Ben Taylor, and thank him again for both his membership and his sponsorship of the gala.
Thanks, Jeff. I also want to thank Heather and Carl, who are also, I think, part of the recruiting process here as we pulled off 4th of July last year. Really excited, San Jose native. Can't think of a better place to make positive change and be part of positive change for the city, both downtown and otherwise. And looking forward to the 4th this year at the ballpark and what's to come in the years forward. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Ben. Next up is Irby Smith. I'll reach part way.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce Jim Horry, who is the president and CEO of the YMCA of Silicon Valley, formerly in leadership roles at Silicon Valley Bank. He grew up in Fresno and now lives in Los Gatos. Please welcome Jim.
Thank you, Irby. The fun fact I have is when I lived in Los Angeles in the mid-'80s, my neighbor was Uncle Jesse, John Stamos, and my sister and her friends used to visit me a lot then, but they don't visit me a lot anymore. I joined the Rotary because I have the most terrific sponsor in Irby Smith, and when she asks, how about joining the Rotary, there's no way you can say no. And then also I really believe in the gift of giving back and community impact, and the Rotary exemplifies all those tremendously. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. And give me a Y. I'm an alum. And next up, Norm Holberg.
I'm pleased to present to you Rachel Thomas. If there is such a thing as Rotary DNA, Rachel definitely has it. She's wearing her Paul Harris badge that she got 25 years ago because her father, a very active Rotarian, past president of South Phoenix Rotary Club. Her husband is a member of the Palo Alto Club, and she's going to be very active here. Rachel is the managing member of Greenfield Law. She practices business law and commercial litigation. She is the gun you bring to a knife fight.
My goodness.
Thank you, Norm. Yes, my name is Rachel Thomas. I'm very proud to have Norm as my sponsor and to be counted amongst such an esteemed group of Rotarians. And as he indicated, my family is very involved in Rotary. My grandfather was a Rotarian. And the reason I decided to join is I am a very proud San Jose lawyer. And I like to let opposing counsel know when they come to town that I'm a proud San Jose lawyer. And I thought there could not be a better way to contribute to this community than through this organization. So thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Next up, David Beanie. And I'm going to meet you partway because we might need some assist here.
Thank you. All right. I'm very pleased to introduce Diana Zamora-Marroquin, Senior Director of Public Affairs at Planned Parenthood Marmonte, who brings not only youthful energy, but also a passion for impactful work to our Rotary family. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Interesting fact about me, I drive a manual. Well, right now I don't drive anything, but I normally do. And I'm actually a second-generation Rotarian, so like my predecessor, I'm just really excited to be able to keep that family tradition going. I've seen the impact that my family has made, like locally and beyond, and so I'm just really excited to be able to be a part of that and honor the family tradition. So thank you.
Welcome. So glad you're part of our team. Come on up, Steve Ellenberg.
Thanks for the great applause.
Woo! That was for Will.
Yeah, it's nice to know that I got three friends here. So happy to introduce new Rotarian Will Nevis, who brings a skill set, as I've been listening to this, that I don't think we have in Rotary. Other than Will, he's actually a software engineer at LinkedIn.
Hi, yeah, I'm Will. Fun fact about me, I'm a pilot in my spare time, so ask me about airplanes if you want to listen to me for an hour. And I joined Rotary because they've done a lot of really great work in San Jose, and I'm looking to give back. So, yeah, that's why.
So great to have you, Will. Next up, Mike Connor.
Good afternoon. I'm very happy to present our newest member here, Jorge Taborga. His name is in Spanish because he was born in Bolivia. But he's spent his childhood there, but he's grown up in the United States. He's become a serial entrepreneur, but luckily he slowed down as he's, become mature. So we're happy that he's joining Rotary to give us his great qualities.
Thank you, Mike. Honored that you sponsor me and very happy to be part of this organization. I am passionate about leadership and human growth, and that I have the opportunity now to express that through the work I do at Carnegie Mellon as a professor and in the past through many organizations leading change. For me, service is love in action, and I can't think of a better organization than this to be able to express that with all of you, with purpose, with community, and with a lot of heart. So thank you.
So great getting to know Jorge. I hope you will too. The Laz. Come on up, Laz.
Thank you, President Heather. Let me say Dobre Den, which is the native language of Eugenia when she grew up in Russia, where she studied linguistics and intercultural communications. Eugenia has a passion for our youth, which in their fostering their development and character, which she does in her professional career at Scouting America here in the Silicon Valley Monterey Bay Council. Welcome, Eugenia.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you, John Ball. Thank you, President Heather, for encouraging and inviting me to join the club. I decided to go with the Rotarian fun fact about me as well. My brother used to be Moscow Rotary Club secretary back in 97, 98. So together, I hope to make the difference here in this community.
Great to have you. All righty, we're getting there. We got to speed up just a bit here. Welcome.
Hi, this is Irene Smith, the recently retired Irene Smith. I've known Irene for over 25 years, and what I admire most about her is watching her journey through life with such compassion and grace.
Hi, and I joined Rotary happily to find out that this organization has so many resources to move the needle on difficult problems. And a fun fact about me is I have a 6'2" wingspan.
Yes, is that as large as a vulture? Thank you so much. Next up, Mike Conniff.
I'm Dick Conniff, a retired banker, and I'm really honored to be able to introduce Bonnie Brazeau. Bonnie and her late husband, John, and their family have been great friends of Sandy and mine and many folks in this room for a number of years. And she'll be a wonderful Rotarian. John sponsored me into Rotary in 1999. So.
Great. And let Bonnie talk.
And I'm joining Rotary mainly because of my experience with my husband for many years. So many genuine, nice people dedicated to what they're doing. This is a wonderful club.
Thank you, Bonnie. So great to have you. And I'm sorry I called you Mike. Dick Conniff, I've known you for years, and I called you Mike Conniff. That was crazy. All righty, Larry Stone.
That's okay. I'm delighted to introduce Emily Esparza. She's a passionate about community service and has been all of her life.
Thank you. Does that make Larry my boo?
Aww. That was cute.
Woo! Thank you, Larry Stone, the amazing Larry Stone. So my name is Emily Esparza. Fun fact, I have 84 first cousins. So prior to Rotary, that was my community that I served. And so I'm happy to be pivoting to a larger community. I joined Rotary because I'm a Washington School alumni, Brandon Bruin, San Jose State Spartan, so about as native. Woo! Yeah. And my grandparents worked in the cannery, so we're about as locally embedded as possible. And I wanted to meet like-minded, like-hearted people, and that's why I joined. Thank you.
Great to have you. Elizabeth Monley.
Thank you, President Heather. I'd like to introduce you to Melody Walsh. Melody is both a passionate and compassionate person. You give her a cause that she can champion and she'll follow it to the end. For instance, she was office mom to Sam Liccardo during both of his campaigns for mayor, and let me just say he won. You give her a party and she'll throw it like Dorothy Parker might, bringing people of all stripes together. Boy, does she belong in Rotary. Melody.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Fun fact about me, my red badge says simply retired, and I am anything but. I have a lot of energy. I forewent a formal career because I found myself to be a very single parent, and I thought being a mom was probably more important than being a career or having a career. A friend once called me the Minister of Fun. So there you go.
Great to have you, Melody.
I am honored to be a member of this incredible group of people, and I thank you for accepting me in membership.
Wonderful to have you. Thank you.
Can I say one last thing?
Real quick, yes. We're
One
over time.
last thing. If you want to talk to me further, ask me about my relationship with Alma Spreckles and her relationship with Rotary during World War I.
That sounds like a barbecue topic. I love it. Thank you so much, Melody. Catherine Vanderveer, come on up.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Catherine Vandiver, and I'm delighted to introduce my brother, Mike Caramelli.
Hey.
We grew up in San Jose together, obviously, and Mike is a proud graduate of San Jose State University. He's the father of 3 children, 3 adults now, and let's see, his career was spent in finance in the tech sector. So Mike.
Thank you. My sister here has been talking about the ELC activities that she's been engaged with for the past few years. And I've always been fascinated by everything that the stories that come out of that, and thought, wow, that is fantastic. Education is kind of a sweet spot with me. And so I came initially for the speakers and the food, obviously, and just kind of got hooked on all the activities and events and philanthropy of the club. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you. Thank you. Danny Bizzuto.
Hey everyone, it's my pleasure to introduce Vince Cantore with the Core Companies. When he's not helping with affordable housing or here at the Rotary, you'll see him also at the Chamber of Commerce. He's a board member over there. See you, Leah. And then I'll go ahead and hand it off.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. My name is Vince Cantore. I'm the Senior Vice President of the Core Companies, and I'd like to just make a shout out to David Neal, who is the founder and president of the Core Companies. So a couple fun facts about me. In addition to the work that I do at Core, and prior to that, I started my own company in Scotland, in Glasgow. I did that for a few years. What else about me? I like to mountain bike. So there's some folks in the room that I like to ride bikes with, and hope to continue that well into the future. As far as Rotary and my interest in Rotary, I'm a lifelong San Jose resident. I've pretty much lived, with the exception of living in Scotland, in District 9, so shout out to Vice Mayor Foley and her staff. But proud San Jose resident, and it's really just an opportunity for me to give back. So thank you very much.
Great to have you. And last up for this class today is going to be Dave Peterson introducing Mary.
Mary, so Mary there has been at this meeting when she was a little one, so I had to throw that picture in whether she knew it or not. And that was now so proud to be a part of the Rotary Club directly rather than just indirectly. I'm happy to introduce Mary Peterson.
Hi everyone. As you can see, I was kind of born into Rotary. But I'm excited to join myself because I grew up in a lovely household where volunteering and caring about other people was the most important thing. So I'm excited to give back.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the first part of your red badge and sponsor class. Let's give them one big giant round of applause. Thank you. After the meeting, I'm going to have all the red badgers and their sponsors join me over here in the seating, and we'll take one big group photo after that. And then, of course, you're going to get your root beer float. Now, let's get on to Megan Fluke introducing our program of the day.
Thank you, Heather. And Mary, I want to learn how to do a stand-up or what a handstand on a paddleboard. That's so cool. So Lisa Altieri is the founder and CEO of Bright Action. This is the finest platform for personalized climate action that I've ever seen. Most everyone is concerned about global warming, but it can be overwhelming to know what to do about it. Bright Action helps individuals get personalized recommendations and measure their impact, all while connecting with friends and neighbors. Lisa brings an impressive background to this work, combining data analytics, business management, and grassroots organizing at the national level. Lisa holds a bachelor's and master's degree in environmental economics from UC Berkeley. Please join me in welcoming Lisa Altieri.
Hi, everyone. Thank you to the Environmental Sustainability Committee and San Jose Rotary for the invitation to join you today. I actually have a connection to Rotary. My father was the president of San Francisco Rotary in 1984. So I grew up with the Rotary ethic of taking action to make an impact and make the world a better place. So, let's see, there we go. So Yale research shows that 63% of Americans are worried about climate change, and they want to take a personal action to help. But people, as Megan mentioned, often don't know what to do and where to start. And also, according to Yale research, the top question people have about climate change is, what are the solutions? So I experienced this firsthand when I volunteered in my own city in Palo Alto to help with a city initiative to engage residents in the community to learn about climate solutions and take actions at the household level to work towards our citywide goals. And absolutely, I saw firsthand, people really do, they're concerned, they want to help, but they have a lot of questions. And so that's when I thought that this is a big opportunity to make a big impact by helping people understand what are the solutions and what actions we can all take. And then I asked the question, well, what actually can we do? And I found out that over 40% of our greenhouse gas emissions in the US come from things that we do in our household and our daily lives, where we have solutions, and we all have the power to take actions today to make a difference. So that was where Bright Action came from. So let's talk about solutions. So the best way to understand solutions is to first think about where the emissions are coming from. So this is a graph from the EPA. It's the most recent published US inventory on greenhouse gas emissions. And there are 5 sectors. There's electric power. So when we burn coal or natural gas to create electricity, that's one sector. Industry, when we burn, again, oil and natural gas to create heat for industrial processes, that creates greenhouse gases. And then also there are some chemical processes like creating plastics and creating cement that also create an impact. Buildings, this is our businesses and our homes. When we burn natural gas to heat our buildings, that creates fossil fuels as well, it creates greenhouse gases as well. And then also transportation, again, when we burn gasoline or diesel for our cars, our trucks, our buses, our rail, our planes, that creates greenhouse gases. So if you notice, there's kind of a trend here. About 80% of our emissions in the US come from burning fossil fuels. So there's a few other areas of emissions. In the building sector, there's also emissions from waste. Whenever we send organic waste to a landfill, it creates methane. And then also refrigeration, chemicals that create refrigeration also release some chemicals. So that's the rest of the building sector. And then finally, in the agricultural sector, there are a couple places that create emissions, and it's mostly methane from animal agriculture, and then nitrous oxide from soil management practices. So when we're managing soil, if there's an excess of nitrogen available, that creates greenhouse gases as well. So that's where it's coming from. But let's actually look at each one of these sectors, excuse me, to look at the solutions. So for electricity, which creates 25% of our emissions in the US, if we switch from using coal and natural gas to create electricity and switch to clean, climate-safe, renewable energy, like solar and wind, then that switches us away from using fossil fuels and creating greenhouse gases. So solar and wind have become incredibly cheap in the last 10 years. They are now more cost-effective than using fossil fuels to create electricity, which is really good news. And you'll see in 2024 that 93% of all new US electric capacity was solar, wind, and batteries. So if we use solar and wind and then we put batteries on it to back up that electricity, when the sun's not shining and the wind's not blowing, then we have a clean, renewable energy source for our electricity. On the residential side, 10% of that 25 is coming from our households. So at the, excuse me, at the residential, what we can do at home is you can put solar on your house if that's a possibility for you, but you can also sign up for green electricity. So most utilities offer the option to opt up. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes, and it costs on average $5 or $10 extra a month. And then the utility will guarantee that your energy use is coming from renewable sources. So the next area is transportation. So here again, using gas and diesel to power our cars, now that we have that clean renewable energy, renewable electricity, then if we use that to power our transportation, then our transportation becomes clean and climate safe. and actually it reduces air pollution. So the goal is to electrify as much as we can of transportation. So the next time you're looking for a car, if you have to drive a car, check out EVs or a plug-in hybrids. That's a really big and important action that will really move the needle on reducing our greenhouse gas emissions, because transportation is actually the largest source of our emissions in the US. Then there are a couple areas, oh, thank you. It's allergy season. There are a couple of areas in transportation that are a little bit difficult. We don't have good solutions yet for air travel or long-haul transportation like shipping and rail and long-haul trucking. So those are three areas that are important for us to continue to work on solutions. And that makes up about 7% of all of our greenhouse gas emissions in the US. So the next area is buildings. Again here, instead of using natural gas to heat our buildings, or fuel oil to heat our buildings, to switch to using clean, highly efficient electric heat pumps. So electric heat pumps are not a new technology, but they're becoming more widely spread and adopted. They're extremely efficient. Heat pumps are 63% more efficient than a traditional electric resistant heater. So switching, the next time you are switching out your water heater or upgrading your home space heating, look for a heat pump. You're going to save money, and it also allows you to use that clean, renewable electricity to power the heating in your home. And then also in the building side, on the waste. So again, organic waste going to landfill creates methane. So reduce organic waste. So reducing food waste or making sure you compost the waste you have. So in California, we now have this great program where compost at the curb is now available for everyone. So find out how to use that compost program and check that out. The next segment is industry. So industry, there's two main areas where the emissions are coming from. It's using fossil fuels to create heat for industrial processes, and then also, excuse me, also some chemical processes like creating plastics and creating cement that also release emissions. So the one area that we have an opportunity to make a difference is for the heat processes, the lower heat processes that require less than 200 degrees. Those now, there's viable heat pumps in the market. So all the solutions I'm mentioning are things that are viable and in the market now. For higher heat processes and some of the chemical processes, there aren't good solutions yet. There are some good ones coming online for cement soon, which is a big area of emissions. But overall, the industrial segment is one segment where we still need to do some work to get some new solutions coming online. So that's about 15% of this segment is where we still have some solutions that we need to work on. And then finally, the last segment is agriculture. So for agriculture, again, the two main areas are animal agriculture, which is a combination of cows and other animals called ruminants that release methane during digestion. In effect, cows are burping methane. And the other part is manure management. So reducing our consumption of red meat can go a long way towards helping with reducing our impact in the agricultural sector. And it's also really good for your health. And then finally, soil management, of bringing in soil management practices that are very careful to make sure that we're not over-fertilizing and allowing that nitrogen to be released into the air. So those are the segments. So just to recap on solutions. So we have market ready today. It looks like the slide got slipped over a little bit, but we have ready today market solutions for 78% of all the US greenhouse gas emissions. And 42% of those are in the residential segment. And so to recap them in a big way here, renewable electricity, if we make our electricity renewable, and then we use that renewable electricity to electrify everything that we can in our transportation, our buildings, our industrial processes. And then the last part, which is more focused on methane and nitrous oxide, which is to make sure we're composting that organic waste, eating less red meat, and making sure that we're bringing in good manure and soil management practices. So we have solutions, and there are a lot of co-benefits to those solutions. So all of these solutions have a big impact on our air quality. So when we stop burning fossil fuels, we'll have a big impact in reducing air pollution, which is a big hazard to health, particularly for children and for folks with health challenges. Air pollution can be a real serious health challenge. So worldwide air pollution from burning fossil fuels is responsible for about 1 in 5 deaths. In the United States, it's about 350,000 deaths a year. And so switching to renewable electricity and then electrifying as much as we can creates huge benefits to clean air in all of our communities. And also job creation. Renewable energy creates a lot of jobs. In 2023, there were nearly 3.5 million clean energy jobs in the US, and that's 42% of all energy jobs across the whole sector. It also will lower energy costs. Okay, this is a good part. The average household that takes the home solutions that I mentioned across the website can save from $1,000 to $3,000 a year. There are significant savings opportunities from implementing these solutions. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but this is a win-win-win-win. There's benefits all across the board from taking these actions. There's no downside. And then finally, local control and global security. These energy sources are decentralized, they're localized, you can put solar on your house, and there's huge financial benefits to that. As well as global security. As the climate changes and we get more severe events, it is causing instability in countries around the globe. And so the more we make sure to stabilize our climate, the more we're going to reduce those global security and conflicts around the world. So what do we do? What is Bright Action? So we make it simple, easy, and fun for folks to learn about climate solutions and take actions. And we work with companies, organizations, and cities across the US and beyond. And our platform, we have different action categories. So you can see there's the climate solution categories at the home level around home energy, transportation, food and waste. And then we also have additional sustainability categories around water, conserving water, taking community action. And then we also have a resilience category where you can learn more about how to prepare your home and your family for the more extreme weather challenges and, say, wildfire smoke and other things that we're facing with climate change. And then each action you're interested in, you'll be able to find a lot of resources. So there's a how-to guide for each one, and then we have resources where you can find rebates, financing programs, local programs that can help you take actions. And then also, you can track your progress. So we have the most robust household carbon calculator available that's very localized and very personalized. So if you answer a few questions about what you're doing now, we'll actually be able to tell you for every action on the site what your unique impact and your savings will be for that action. So it'll help you have good information to make good decisions about what actions you might want to take. And also, it's fun to see, how you're doing and how your group is doing, so you can track your progress along the way. So we also support groups. So the Rotary Club just recently received an award from the city of San Jose for a Climate Smart Award for their work as a group. And so we have lots of fun and engagement tools that groups can use this is our meeting series. You can meet for 4 meetings together and learn about climate solutions, have that time to connect with each other and help each other take action and support each other in moving actions forward. And we also we do lots of work with groups across the US. So we just finished a multi-college competition in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and a group community challenge in Bloomington, Indiana. And we just received notice that we've got a new contract with the state of California to do outreach and education in the Spanish-speaking community around household climate and air quality and pollution actions at home for the Spanish-speaking community in San Jose. So we're really excited about that. And finally, you can post and share on the site, so you can get together in person and share and help each other take action. You can also post and share tips, or you can ask a question, and you can, the idea is create a community. We are all bigger than individually when we come together, right? So together we can really take action and support each other and making a big difference. So our progress to date, we have over 25,000 households on our site and over 25,000 actions completed. And we have reduced over 10,000 metric tons of CO2e, which is equivalent to about 1 million gallons of gas or over 3 million burgers avoided. And we are just getting started. So we've taken time to really hone in and look at how we can do this. Behavior change is not an easy widget. And so we are actually just about to release some final big updates to our platform, and we are planning to really scale and grow and make this available really broadly to everyone. So ways you can take action. You can join the Rotary group. Here's the QR code. And so the first thing you'd want to do is go through and mark off the stuff you do already, because if you all did that, it would be amazing to see on the site what you've already accomplished, because I'm certain it's a lot. And then find a couple of new actions to take. The important thing is to take the actions, choose what works for you and take the actions when you're ready. So this is not a pressure thing where you have to go out and do X, Y, and Z tomorrow. This is where you have a chance to learn about solutions and see, okay, what's going to work for me? And also learn about the savings opportunities and all the other benefits from the actions. So you can do that, join the San Jose group. You could also join one of our solution series meetings. All you have to do is let Megan or the Environmental Sustainability Committee know that you're interested. You come together with a small group of Rotarians, meet 4 times, and learn a little bit more deeply about these actions and support each other in taking action. And that actually was the basis for the award that the city of San Jose gave the club. And I also want to mention, this is super important, I did an overview of the main solutions, actions that make the biggest impact. But for every single one of those solutions, there's all sorts of other things you can do. If you're not ready to change out your heat pumps, your natural gas space heating to heat pump space heating yet, totally fine. You could do a bunch of actions that would reduce your energy use so that you're using less natural gas until you're ready to switch out. So there's actually over 80 actions on our site. A lot of them are low cost or no cost and save you money. So you don't have to do the big actions right away. There's lots of options. So finally, the other thing you can do is to become an ambassador. If you have a group that you know of, maybe a school or your pickleball club, or you think that y'all might want to come together and do this as a group, reach out to us and we can help you to support you in bringing this to another community and expanding the ability for folks to learn about solutions and take actions. So together, we can change climate change. Thank you.
Fantastic, and she knows that we have a pickleball. Oh, don't have hot on this one. It's not, there we go, and you know that we have a pickleball group. That's great. So pickleball for polio and climate change. Yeah, great. All right, some questions, please, for our guest. I've got our Red Badgers with traveling mics, and I've got James Leventhal. Looks like he's got a question, and of course Shiloh and Jim. I just need those microphones coming around. All right, James, please.
Cheers. I'm asking on behalf of my sponsor, Sarju, who turned around when you were mentioning red meat, and you said delicately that cows burp. He said, well, what about pigs? Is it really about red meat, and it is really about like the methane that's coming from cows most especially, or is it about sort of meat across the board, poultry and otherwise?
So it's animals called ruminants, and it has to do with their digestive process, and that is cattle, sheep, and goats. It is not pigs. So red meat has almost 3 times the impact of most foods. Pork is a little bit higher than the average, but overall, red meat is significantly more impactful than other foods. The best option is to add some plant-based meals in.
Thank you. Looks like Shiloh might have a background. Yes.
Hi,
Shiloh.
thank you. I wanted to just draw a line between your presentation and a speaker that we had maybe a month ago from Silicon Valley Clean Energy, and just highlight that organizations like Silicon Valley Clean Energy have rebates for a lot of the things that you're talking about. So I just wanted to make sure folks know that and go on the website. I also, you mentioned Maine Solutions. As the former executive director of the Bike Coalition, I was hoping you could comment on how absolutely essential it is to get more people riding their bikes, and also mention that May 15th is Bike to Work Day, Bike Day, and that I am here as a resource for anyone who wants to figure out how to ride their bike.
Yeah, yes. So can I just say really quickly, thank you for adding that in. I think we were focusing on kind of the big ticket items that are going to move the needle a lot, but anytime you can get out of your car and drive less. So interesting fact, a very large percentage of our trips in the US are less than a mile. So if you're going less than a mile, it's a great time to think about taking a walk or riding a bike. Thank you for that.
Jim.
Thank you. Jim Free. I'm one of the Red Badge newbies here, but I'm sure glad to be a part of this organization. The question is, we have a Mercedes smart car that's got about a 130-mile radius on it. And we also have our home powered with solar energy, so we just plug it in and, you know, it's free transportation. Love it, and there's nothing I would like to drive more than that. The thing was that my question is, when we put solar on our house, PG&E would limit the amount of solar panels you could put on your house. And I don't know how much energy that we use that goes back to PG&E, but I understand it can be reused in that way. The question is it now possible to put more solar panels on your house than you maybe need in order to, you know, satisfy other needs that may be necessary, like our gas-fired stove and fireplace and so on and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually don't know the direct answer to that question, but if you are looking to upgrade, like to electrify your heating or add another electric car or anything like that where your electric usage is going up, I would think that that would be a possibility to add more panels. But if you would like to talk to me later, I can get your information and I can get an answer for you.
Thank you. Elizabeth Monley, real quick, and if we can get John in, that would be amazing.
Thanks. Okay. I really like your approach to switch things out gradually if you can. A few years ago, not too long, there were organizations that were advocating for, make everybody take all their gas out now and we'll make it all electric. That was something that was a big project. I was part of a survey with several contractors who all came back and said, well, to do that, it would cost most homeowners anywhere from between $150,000 to over $200,000 to completely fit their house out. What do you propose for families that are lower income and that cannot do that to help them? Because it is lower cost for them. What are your proposals for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the actions that's most challenging financially is making those switch from gas to electric in your household. So those are switching out your water heater and your space heating. Those two actions are the ones that are higher upfront costs right now, where you're not going to save as much money in the beginning. So, I mean, transitioning from a gas to an electric cars save a lot of money, and they're fun to drive. So that's something that's really viable today. But switching out those gas appliances is more expensive up front initially. There is funding coming into California to support programs there's a lot of big rebates and options available through the state of California, and I believe also through the city of San Jose. So you can check our website and see under those actions, the heat pump, water heater, heat pump, space heating, you'll see all the programs that are available. And I'm sure that you could also reach out to San Jose Clean Energy as well to get more help with answers about that. But in specifically to answer your question about lower income households, a lot of the funding that's coming available to help with that upfront cost of the switch is targeted specifically for low and middle income households in California.
Okay, real quick, John Ball, finish this up.
So Carl Salas was here, Energetically Yours, gave an electrifying presentation that included some thoughts on nuclear. I find any presentation like this lacking if it's not talking about nuclear, because we're talking about plugging in cars, we're talking about building data centers. We're not talking about how else to produce electricity at the mass scale. So I don't know if I'm giving you enough time to answer, but I don't get it that when we're talking about, how to eliminate greenhouse gases, we're not talking about eliminating the gas-fired power plants that are out there, because wind and solar just don't scale to the extent we need it to scale because of all the stuff we're shifting over to electricity. We're not building that capacity.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's a really good question. And there were a lot of things I really wanted to include in here, and there just wasn't enough time. So that was one of them. It's a very good question. So now that battery technology is advancing and the prices for battery technology are coming down, they're very close to being really incredibly cost-effective for large-scale solar installations. So there are a lot of solar installations now. The new ones that go in, they go in with battery backup. So if you're adding battery onto your solar and wind, you really do have a utility scale solution that can scale quickly and really provide us base load as well. We can get rid of those natural gas peaker plants and some of the base load plants that we have. So when it comes to nuclear, it is absolutely the case. Nuclear is a carbon-free solution. It does not create greenhouse gases. But it takes a very long time to build a new plant. Very, very long time, and they're very expensive. So from a cost standpoint right now, if you're looking at whether to invest in creating a nuclear plant or whether you're investing in creating utility scale solar, wind, and battery backup, the solar and wind works and wins from a financial standpoint. And that's why you're seeing that happening and you're not seeing the nuclear plants coming online. But it is a baseload viable solution. I think it's just really going to fall out with how the economics are going.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Altieri. We're going to do a quick photo.
Thank you.
We'll do a quick photo. Yeah. We're going to do a quick photo, and we have made a gift in your name to Preservation Action Council San Jose and our agricultural gift each week, because I love the agriculture roots of California and San Jose in particular. There you go. Okay, we'll do a little photo. Thank you so much. All righty. Next week, Dopamine Nation. That's not going to be easy. It's going to be great. Please stick around for that one. And then final thoughts. We've got the barbecue coming up. The barbecue sales are coming up June 4th. So I think those sales open this week. And we've got line dancing. We've got a lot going on for the barbecue, which is one of our favorite things. If you're a Red Badger, I know you'll be there. And then, of course, if you are a Red Badger with your sponsor in the room, please join to this side over here for a big group photo. And it's my birthday this week, so there are root beer floats waiting for you in the lobby. We are adjourned.